Thank you, Erica. A health alert tonight. It is a virus normally seen in kids, but local doctors say they're increasingly seeing RSV in adults. News 2's Valencia Wicker is joining us live tonight with more on the symptoms that you need to watch out for. Valencia.
Well, doctors here say it presents itself like many other viruses with symptoms like cough and fever, but RSV also impacts the airways, making it difficult for those with compromised immune systems. You hear the term RSV, and likely what comes to mind is this: kids wheezing or coughing with difficulty breathing. But Vanderbilt doctors say they are seeing an uptick of adults contracting the virus.
RSV is respiratory syncytial virus, which is another respiratory virus like flu, like COVID. RSV is more of a cough, fever. You don't lose your sense of taste or smell. You don't have a lot of runny nose or upper respiratory. It's a little bit more of an airway, lower respiratory kind of cough. While
the virus is common in kids, Dr. Todd Rice says this winter they are seeing more cases in adults than normal.
Yeah, we're seeing more of it. I think some of that is, masks probably decrease the transmission of all of the respiratory viruses. And as we move away to less masking, we're seeing a little bit more of transmission of the respiratory viruses, and RSV is one of those.
And RSV isn't the only illness going around this season.
A little bit of flu, although not a lot of flu. There's a virus called human metapneumovirus, which is a long name for another respiratory virus that we're starting to see a reasonable amount of. And then, we always have talked about COVID, but we still have COVID in the community.
Dr. Rice says the best way to protect you and your family is to keep up with those pandemic practices.
It's the kind of things we've been preaching for 2 years. It's staying away from people, 6 feet away, washing your hands, wearing a mask if you're indoors and around a bunch of people. There's not a vaccine for RSV, so you can't get a vaccine for it, but good hygiene.
Now, as you just heard, there is one distinctive way to tell whether or not you have RSV versus COVID. Dr. Rice tells us if you have RSV, you will not lose your sense of taste or smell. Alex.
All right.